Sometimes life brings us to a moment where the heart speaks more honestly than words ever could. And today I stand before you not as someone seeking praise or forgiveness, but as a human being who has felt, stumbled, grown, and learned. If love has taught me anything, it's that we all carry invisible stories, quiet battles, softened hopes, and the weight of things we wish we'd done differently. So let this moment be a gentle breath in time, a place where I open my soul with humility and say the words that have lived inside me for far too long. I'm sorry. Not out of regret alone, but out of love. Because loving deeply means recognizing the places where we could have been better, kinder, more present. And if this is my final message, then let it be filled with softness, sincerity, and the hope that even in our imperfections, we can still choose to rise, to heal, and to love again. Sometimes a person reaches a moment where the weight inside the heart becomes too full to keep carrying in silence. A moment where the soul feels the need to open, not to impress anyone, not to seek pity, but because truth has its own way of calling us forward. And in my life, with all its passages, detours, rises, and falls, I have arrived at that moment. A moment where love and regret stand together in the same breath, where vulnerability becomes the only honest language left, and where the words I speak carry the echoes of everything I lived, everything I broke, everything I cherished, and everything I wanted to protect. This message, my final message, is woven from all of that, from every heartbeat and every quiet night where the past sat beside me like an old friend who never left. And if these words tremble, it's because they come from the realest part of me, the part that is done pretending it has everything figured out, the part that is done running, the part that finally accepts that saying, I'm sorry, is not a weakness, but one of the deepest acts of love a human being can offer. I'm sorry. These two words have lived inside me for so long that they feel like the pulse beneath my skin. They have followed me through years of choices, mistakes, and misunderstandings. They have whispered to me in the dark when I thought no one could hear, and they have echoed in the moments when I tried so hard to be strong, but felt myself breaking inside. I'm sorry for the things I didn't say, for the times I held back when love needed me to lean in. I'm sorry for the days when I misunderstood what truly mattered, when I let fear guide my steps instead of compassion. I'm sorry for the promises I couldn't keep, for the people I let down even when my intentions were good, for the opportunities I wasted because I thought there would always be more time. There is a certain kind of sorrow that doesn't shout, it just settles quietly, like dust on a forgotten shelf, and before you know it, it becomes part of the room. My life has had moments like that, small regrets that grew into shadows because I didn't face them when I should have. I'm sorry for allowing those shadows to touch the people I cared about. I'm sorry for not always being present, for not always listening the way love deserves to be listened to, for letting my own battles make me blind to the battles of others. I'm sorry for every time someone reached for me and found me distracted, distant, or lost inside my own storm. If love is a mirror, then I have spent many years learning to look into it without turning away, to face the reflection of someone imperfect, someone flawed, someone learning. And in that reflection, I have found pieces of me I wished were softer, kinder, more patient. I'm sorry for the moments when love asked me to stay and I drifted, not because I didn't care, but because I didn't yet understand how to hold the delicate things without fear of breaking them. I'm sorry for every time my silence was mistaken for indifference, for every moment when someone needed my warmth and found me cold, for every time I tried to protect myself and ended up hurting someone else, some gentle, some violent. And I have been shaped by both. The gentle waves taught me hope, empathy, forgiveness. The harsh ones taught me humility, responsibility, and the truth that hurting others, even without meaning to, leaves a mark that time alone cannot erase. I'm sorry for the marks I left, for the unintentional bruises on the hearts of people who deserved better from me. I'm sorry for the times I forgot that love is not just what we feel, but what we show, what we choose, what we protect through our actions, not our excuses. I carry memories like old photographs, some faded, some crystal clear. In many of them, I see the faces of people I loved, people who believed in me, people who stood beside me even when I didn't know how to stand beside myself. And when I look at those memories now, I feel a bittersweet ache because I realize how many moments slipped through my fingers like sand. I'm sorry for not holding tighter when life tried to pull us apart. I'm sorry for the misunderstandings that never got resolved, for the words I left unsaid because I thought silence was easier, safer, less complicated. I'm sorry for letting time become an excuse, for letting distance grow where closeness should have been nurtured. Sometimes I didn't have enough of it. I'm sorry for the times I ran when I should have stayed, for the times I stayed silent when I should have spoken, for the times I spoke when I should have listened. I'm sorry for not knowing how to be the person someone needed, even when I desperately wanted to be. I'm sorry for thinking I had more chance, music, as more days, more ways to make things right, not realizing that life doesn't always give us the time we think we have. In the quiet honesty of this moment, I feel the weight of everything I avoided facing. The apologies I owed, the forgiveness I withheld from myself, the truths I left unspoken. And if my voice trembles now, it's because I'm finally allowing myself to feel it all, to let the past breathe through me without running from it. I'm sorry for letting fear shape too many chapters of my life. Fear of failing, fear of disappointing, fear of not being enough, fear of losing people I loved. I'm sorry that fear made me smaller when love was trying to make me bigger. There were times when I thought being strong meant being silent, holding everything in, pretending nothing hurt. I'm sorry for that too, because all it did was create distance where there should have been connection. I'm sorry for the moments when someone needed my vulnerability and I gave them walls instead. I'm sorry for every time I tried to carry my burdens alone, not realizing that shutting people out can hurt them as deeply as any spoken word. I'm sorry for confusing self protection with self sabotage, for believing that hiding my pain would somehow make me easier to love. My life has been a journey of learning how to love better, slowly, clumsily, imperfectly. And in that learning, I made mistakes. I stumbled. I broke things I cared about. I'm sorry for every piece I couldn't fix, for every emotional scar I left unintentionally, for every time I made someone doubt their own worth because I couldn't see my own clearly. I'm sorry for letting moments of frustration overshadow moments of love, for letting stress quiet the tenderness in me, for letting exhaustion rob me of patience. There is a tenderness inside me now that I didn't always have. It comes from understanding, from reflection, from sitting well. If my regrets, long enough to learn from them instead of pushing them into the corners of my memory. And with that tenderness comes sorrow, gentle, honest sorrow. For every person I didn't love the way I should have. I'm sorry for every time my intentions didn't match my actions. I'm sorry for the times I hurt people while trying to heal myself. I'm sorry for the nights when someone needed reassurance and I gave them distance. I'm sorry for the places where love cracked because I wasn't careful enough. But woven through all of this sorrow is love. Quiet, steady, persistent love. Love for the people who walked beside me, even when the road was uneven. Love for the lessons they taught me, even the painful ones. Love for every moment that shaped me into someone capable of finally seeing the truth of their own heart. And in that love, I find the courage to speak these words without shame. I'm sorry for not being the person I hoped I could be in every moment that mattered. I'm sorry for the times my humanity showed up in ways that hurt others. I'm sorry for the version of me that didn't fully understand how precious each connection truly was. I think about the people who believed in me, and I feel gratitude deep in my chest. But gratitude can coexist with regret. I'm sorry for the chances they gave me that I didn't fully honor. I'm sorry for the moments when they needed my strength and found me fragile. I'm sorry for the times when their love reached out like a warm hand, and I hesitated before taking it. I'm sorry for the days when life weighed on me so heavily that I forgot how to be gentle with others. I'm sorry for letting disappointment shape my behavior, instead of letting hope guide me forward. And now, as I speak these words, I do so with a heart that is trying to be transparent, honest, unguarded. This message is not about finality. It is about truth. It is about acknowledging, judging the past without hiding from it. It is about letting the people I hurt know that their pain mattered, that their feelings mattered, that they deserved better than the version of me they sometimes got. I'm sorry for every unkind word spoken in moments of frustration. I'm sorry for the laughter I didn't share, for the comfort I didn't offer, for the love I didn't express when it was needed most. I'm sorry for the tears I caused, the doubts I created, the distance I allowed to grow. I'm sorry for every time someone reached out to me with love and I didn't reach back fully. There were moments when I tried to be everything for everyone and ended up being less than I hoped. I'm sorry for those moments too, because my heart was always trying, even when my actions fell short. I'm sorry for the times I didn't take responsibility quickly enough, for the apologies that came late, for the realizations that arrived long after the damage was done. I'm sorry for the people I lost along the way, not because they didn't matter, but because I wasn't ready to understand how to hold on. And through all of this, there is love. Deep, imperfect, human love. Love that wishes it had done better. Love that wishes it had spoken sooner. Love that wishes it had been braver. Love that wishes it had understood how fleeting each moment truly is. Love that now stands here, offering these words not as an end, but as a truth that needed to be spoken at least once with complete sincerity. I'm sorry in every way a person can be sorry. And I speak these words with a heart that finally understands how heavy regrets can be, when left unspoken, how deeply silence can wound, how powerful honesty can be when given without expectation, how love can still glow softly, even through the cracks of all the things we wish we had done differently. Life has a way of teaching us lessons we never asked for but cannot ignore. Every day, every choice, every passing moment leaves a mark, sometimes gentle, sometimes deep, sometimes invisible to anyone else, but felt within us. And as I look back over the path I have walked, I feel the weight of those marks pressing on my chest, soft yet insistent, whispering that there are words I still need to speak, truths I still need to admit. My heart knows that the most honest, most difficult, and most necessary of these words are simple, yet they carry the weight of everything I am. I am sorry. I am sorry for the times I let pride guide me instead of humility, for the times I spoke from anger before I spoke from love, for the moments when I thought I understood but truly had no understanding at all. I am sorry for the days I was present in body but absent in spirit, for the moments I failed to recognize the quiet cries of a heart that needed tenderness. I am sorry for the promises I whispered but never held, for the support I intended but never fully gave, for the love I carried silently but did not fully share. I am sorry for the times I thought I was protecting someone by holding back, when in truth, my silence became a wound. There is a certain quiet suffering in realizing how many ways we can unintentionally hurt the people we care about. It is subtle at first, like a shadow creeping along the edges of a room, unnoticed until it begins to dominate the space. I've carried that shadow for years, felt its presence in the spaces between my laughter, my smiles, my conversations. I have seen the faces of those I love, and I've noticed the slight dimming in their eyes after moments when my actions or inactions fell short of the love they deserved. And now, standing in the honesty of this moment, I recognize that those shadows were often my own making, and I am sorry for every one of them. I am sorry for the times I let fear dictate my choices. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of not being enough. These fears have guided me when love needed courage, when relationships needed patience, when compassion needed presence. I am sorry for allowing fear to silence my heart, for letting it put distance between me and the people whose closeness I needed to nurture. I am sorry for every moment I let insecurity cloud my judgment, for every decision I made to avoid discomfort rather than embrace growth, for every opportunity to connect more deeply that I let slip because I was too afraid to step forward. Life has a rhythm, a flow of moments that rise and fall like waves, and I have often found myself trying to ride those waves without fully understanding their power. I am sorry for the times I allowed the tide to carry me away from people who needed me to anchor, for the moments I let the current of my own desires overshadow the needs of those I love. I am sorry for the instances when I thought love was about holding on tightly, when in reality, it required gentleness, patience, and the courage to see others fully. I am sorry for every time I misread a heart, every time I misstepped, every time I thought my presence alone was enough when it was not. There is a weight in regret, a heaviness that presses against the chest and whispers questions that cannot be answered. What if I had stayed longer? What if I had listened harder? What if I had loved more openly? I have felt that weight countless times, and I am sorry for every moment that led to it. I am sorry for the times I let my own pain distract me from seeing the pain of others, for the moments when my frustration became unkindness, for the times I allowed myself to be music, impatient when patience was what was needed most. I am sorry for the walls I built thinking they protected me, when in truth they kept out the very love I most needed to give. Love is a teacher, though its lessons are rarely easy. It demands honesty, courage, and vulnerability. I am sorry for the times I failed to meet those demands, for the moments I was not brave enough to open my heart fully, for the times I thought protecting myself was the same as protecting others. I am sorry for every misunderstanding, every unspoken word, every silence that became louder than any explanation I could have given. I am sorry for the ways I allowed my imperfections to cause hurt, for the ways I underestimated the strength of forgiveness, for the times I thought I could navigate life alone when connection was the true path forward. I am sorry for the people I unintentionally disappointed, for the hearts I let down, even when my intentions were pure. I am sorry for the moments I prioritized convenience over care, for the times I let fatigue replace empathy, for the days I failed to recognize that love is not just a feeling, but a practice, a constant choice to act with kindness, patience, and understanding. I am sorry for the times I let pride silence me, for the times I failed to apologize sooner, for the moments I thought words were not necessary when they were the only bridge back to someone's heart. Life does not give us a manual, and it does not always offer second chances. I have learned that each interaction, each gesture, Each choice matters more than we often realize. I am sorry for the opportunities I missed to be fully present, for the moments I let distractions take precedence over connection, for the times I thought I had time when time was already slipping away. I am sorry for the regrets that accumulated quietly, for the chances I didn't seize to show love more openly. Foe are the ways my own struggles sometimes overshadowed the love I wanted to give. There is a fragility in human relationships that I have come to understand deeply. We are all walking with hearts that carry both light and shadow, hopes and fears, joys and wounds. I am sorry for the times I failed to see that fragility, for the moments I acted without thought for the tender balance of emotions around me, for the times I let impatience overshadow understanding. I am sorry for every time I assumed someone could endure more than they could, for every moment I thought a fleeting excuse could repair something that required honesty and care. I am sorry for every tear caused by my absence, every doubt sown by my hesitance, every hurt left unhealed. Because I was not fully aware, I am sorry for the times I allowed anger to speak before compassion could, for the moments when frustration became a wall instead of a doorway. I am sorry for the times I defended myself instead of listening, for the times I protected my ego instead of embracing humility. I am sorry for the words I wish I could take back, the gestures I wish I could undo, the moments I wish I could relive with the awareness I have now. I am sorry for every time I assumed understanding could be silent when it required expression, for every moment I let my silence be louder than the love I felt inside. I am sorry for the people who loved me in ways I was not ready to receive, for the hearts that reached out and found me hesitant, for the souls that gave me trust I was too young, too afraid, or too stubborn to honor. I am sorry for every misunderstanding caused by my lack of clarity, every disappointment caused by my indecision, every hurt caused by my own imperfect humanity. I am sorry for the moments I let distance grow where connection could have flourished, for the times I allowed fear to replace faith, for the instances I yell at pride cloud judgment when love required courage. I am sorry for myself too, for the times I failed to recognize my own worth, for the moments I doubted my ability to grow, to change, to heal. I am sorry for the self imposed limitations that kept me from showing up fully, for the times I was my own harshest critic while failing to extend the same patience and kindness to those around me. I am sorry for every day I wasted worrying instead of loving, for every thought that allowed fear to dominate hope, for every moment I forgot that love is the most courageous act a human being can offer. Through all of these apologies runs a current of love. Love that is patient, love that is reflective, love that refuses to be silenced by time or regret. I am sorry for not always matching the depth of that love with my actions. I am sorry for the moments I took for granted the beauty of connection, the warmth of understanding, the solace of shared vulnerability. I am sorry for every person I did not meet with the fullness of my heart, for every moment I let life pass without recognizing the sacredness of each encounter, for every time I forgot that love, once given, is a gift that should be cherished rather than assumed. I am sorry for the countless ways I fell short, the endless ways I could have been more patient, more attentive, more gentle. I am sorry for the opportunities to offer comfort that I did not take, for the moments I did not express gratitude when it was most needed, for the times I did not say I love you with the clarity and conviction the words deserved. I am sorry for every assumption I made about what others felt or needed, for every hesitation that caused distance, for every unspoken truth that lingered too long. I am sorry for the times I failed to hold space for the emotions of others, for the times I let my own discomfort prevent me from being fully present. Here is a beauty in the recognition of one's own flaws, a quiet grace in acknowledging mistakes without excuse. I am sorry for all my mistakes, for all the times I allowed my own ego, fear, or pride to guide me instead of love. I am sorry for the moments I misunderstood, misjudged, or misstepped. I am sorry for every heart I may have unintentionally bruised, for every tear I did not see, for every opportunity to heal that I did not embrace. I am sorry for letting my humanity overshadow my compassion, for letting my imperfection create gaps in the connections I cherished. And so, with these words, I lay bare the heart I have carried for a lifetime. I am sorry for every unintended hurt, every missed gesture, every failure to show love as fully as I felt it. I am sorry for the times I did not meet the expectations of others, or even of myself. I am sorry for the moments I was silent when speech could have healed, for the times I was distant when closeness was needed, for the times I chose comfort over courage, fear over faith, and distance over intimacy. I am sorry for all of it, and in that sorrow, I offer a love that has learned, that has grown, that has finally understood the power of humility, sincerity, and heart. I am sorry for every person who gave me patience I did not deserve, for every soul who extended grace when I fell short, for every heart that trusted me despite my failings. I am sorry for every misunderstanding I caused, for every misstep I took in ignorance, for every word that could have been kinder, every action that could have been gentler. I am sorry for the moments I failed to recognize the sacredness of love in its purest form, for the times I let routine, distraction, or fear cloud the clarity of intention, for the moments when I did not fully embrace the responsibility of caring deeply through all of this. I have learned that apologies are not weakened. They are acknowledgement, honesty, and an expression of the love that persists even through imperfection.